Good mate. What's good, my people? Billy here from Kizomba Harmony, back for part 2 of our vlog on misappropriation in the Kizomba community. Part 1, we talked about ethical implications. This video will talk about practical implications. So, recap of part 1. Number 1, if Angolans want you to call their dance Kizomba, call it Kizomba. There's no need for the word traditional. It's not a traditional dance. 2, genres of music. Creators of a genre of music, give it a name. Use their name. Don't apply your own marketing terms on the work of other people just for your own convenience. It's disrespectful. Lastly, if you're going to use the term Kizomba or any derivation thereof, take the time to actually learn Kizomba. Now, why is it important to actually learn Kizomba? Well, the creator of Urban Kids and 2.0, it's not a coincidence that they're some of the best Semba dancers around. They each have very strong African dance foundation. It's not a coincidence, guys. If you want to dance like them, you need to have the same foundation they have. And if without it, there'll be something missing in your dance. You'll basically be, to use a cake and icing metaphor, to have icing with no cake. The creator of Urban Kids, creator of 2.0, a lot of cake. They added the icing to their cake. Now, it's important also to remember that Kizomba and Semba don't exist in a vacuum. There's a lot of other African dances that have coexisted with and predate Kizomba and Semba, have influenced Kizomba and Semba dancers. So learning these dances, like tribal dances and sukus, for instance, will help you a lot. Now, for those of you who don't know what sukus is, it's a dance and music from Congo. And Congo, large parts of Congo and Angola were once part of one kingdom until they were divided by politics, kind of like how our community is being divided by politics. But I digress. But Congolese music and dance has been extremely influential all over Africa. So I think, in my experience, learning sukus has made my Kizomba and Semba a lot better, which leads me to the main reason why learning the foundation is important. It's not the steps. It's not simply just you learn Semba steps and then, no. It's the African dance foundation, the movement. And not everyone who claims to be a traditional dancer or a Semba dancer can move well. In fact, there are folks out there who spend a lot of time talking on social media, but their movement does not match their mouth. So when you're seeking to learn how to move in an African way, how to learn African dance, if you're seeking foundation, you can't just learn from moves teachers. You also need to learn from people who have mastered the movement. More on that later. Another reason, when people don't take the time to learn Kizomba, they tend to add stuff from whatever they already do. And often some of it tends to be a bit sexualized. And as I said in part 1, all the sexual, it can be fun, I guess, but the problem is it's mischaracterizing Kizomba. Kizomba is a family-friendly dance. And if you're a 20-something single person, then maybe all this is fine, especially if you're dancing with someone you find attractive. Yeah, get it in, right? But what if you're dancing with someone you don't find that attractive? Or what about people who are in a relationship or married, who are older, or who just don't like dancing that way? Thousands of people who would be valuable members of our community are being turned off because they go online and they see all this sexualized images. This is a problem. It makes it more difficult for us to build the kind of scene that's going to last for 20, 30 years. You see what I'm saying? So we're thinking long term. We're not thinking high attrition here, churn and burn. No. We want people to join the community and stay. We want people to join the community, have their children join the community, something that stands the test of time. And in order to do that, we need to present Kizomba the right way, the way it is. It's a family-friendly dance. Also, we want people who are Angolan or Palop to come to our events and dance with us. But they won't if nobody dances Kizomba or if nobody plays Kizomba. Now, there are some who won't support people who aren't assimilated or, mini Angolans or wannabe Angolans. And maybe they won't support you if you do anything other than, if you have any new style, there'll be some people who don't want to come. But there are a lot of Angolans, especially people who I'll later name as elders, the elite teachers who are friendly towards new style. They just want people to learn Kizomba as well. So as long as you're learning Kizomba, they'll come and support. And it's a beautiful thing to have people of the culture come to your event so that you can talk with them and learn. That's part of the beauty of dancing a dance from another culture or learning something from another culture. The cultural exchange, the education, meeting people, connecting with people. This won't happen if nobody dances Kizomba, right? So on to the next perspective. When I talked about elders, part of a problem that we're seeing in the scene is that you have people who are using the fact that they're Palop to establish themselves as some kind of guru or master or something or expert, even though they're not. And they're many of the ones who are causing problems right now. So who has authority to talk on Kizomba as an expert? Well, it starts with, the creators and then the elders. As far as dance, I don't know of any one creator, but there are elders, and I'll name some, like Mestre Pechu, and Vanessa, and Rakita, and Tanya Mendonça, and Takoshita, people like this. All Angolans. These are people I consider to be elders. They know their stuff. Also note, these are not the people who are going online and making attacks on people. They're all working hard to defend their culture, but they managed to do it without being jerks. Something that I would encourage all those who would be leaders to keep in mind. I find it very interesting that many of the people who are using culture to give themselves credibility aren't even Angolan. And let's be real. Being black or being African, being Palop, or even being Angolan doesn't make you a Kizomba expert in and of itself. The experts are the people who put in the work to learn. Mestre Pechu's been doing this 20, 30 years, and he's still putting in work. That's what makes him an expert. That's what makes him an authority. See what I'm saying? But we have too many people out here who are doing too much of this. People who claim to be protecting the culture, but what it really is, it's marketing, it's money. You have something out there that's popular that you can't sell, so you knock it. Unless you can sell it, and then you'll support it, and then when you can't sell it, you knock it again. You'll see, if you pay attention, you'll see this kind of thing happen. When money comes into the picture, people start, things start changing. And now you have cultural capital. So everyone's trying to claim Kizomba as a part of their culture because it gives them marketing power. But hey, the only people who get to claim the dance, Angolans. For music, each Palop country has their own version of Kizomba music. But as far as the dance goes, the elders are all Angolan that I've seen. Also, Samba Show. The only people misappropriating aren't Europeans. Samba Show is a style of samba that's characterized by high energy and lots of tricks. If you see the guy hanging on the girl, sliding all on the ground, doing all this stuff, that's Samba Show. And it's a lot of fun, but it's meant for shows, performances, and that specific time during a party, sometimes you'll have what I call the show-off time where the dance floor thins a little bit and people start to, go crazy a little bit. Fine. But Kizomba and Samba at their heart are social dances, not show dances. And I've seen I've been in parties where it's a crowded dance floor and I'm getting the crap knocked out of me by people who are trying to do Samba Show moves. Now why? Because you go on YouTube, you look up Kizomba, you don't only see the sexualized stuff, you also see Samba Show dancers dancing Samba Show on Kizomba music, completely misrepresenting the nature of the dance. If you do that, you're doing the same thing that you're criticizing others for doing, which makes you a hypocrite. Many of the same people who have talked crap about new styles, calling it, choreographed, unconnected. Some of these same people, they dance unconnected and choreographed because they're Samba Show dancers. You're doing the same thing that you're criticizing someone else for doing, plus you're mischaracterizing something that you have no idea about. This is a problem. So if you are going and making demos, you have Kizomba, and you're dancing Samba Show, you're misappropriating too. If you have a Semba demo and you're dancing a lot of show and you don't mention that in the description, you're also mischaracterizing. You're part of the problem as well. So back to authority. Who has the authority to really speak as experts? It starts with the creators and the elders, and then the people who put in the work to learn from the elders. These are the people who have the authority to really speak. And often, it's not the people who have the most actual authority who are talking. It's just people with the biggest mouths who are talking. And that's a problem. But what I'm pleased to see is I'm seeing more of the elders speaking out about things. People who I respect deeply. These are people who really actually care about their culture. It's not about money or influence with them. They legitimately want to protect their culture. And you can tell by the way they talk about it. And you can tell by the way they carry themselves with dignity. And they respect other people even if they don't agree with what they're doing. This is leadership. And that's why I'll do everything I can to support these elders and everyone who's putting in the work to learn from them and everyone who's actually putting in the work to learn and respect this culture. Not people who are motivated by money and influence, but people who are motivated by a genuine desire to grow the scene the right way. We can't grow the scene the right way if we continue to misappropriate. You can't have unity without respect. You can't have unity with people who you feel are disrespecting you. So my people, if you are currently misappropriating, stop it. If you're using the word Kizomba to describe your stuff, take the time to learn. And no matter whether you fall in a revolutionary camp, new style camp, or Semba, be careful about the way you present it. Don't misappropriate the name Kizomba. Respect the dance, respect the music. As Takoshita said, the Semba show scene is starting to turn into a little bit of a jungle monkey and banana show. And I agree with him to a large extent. Whether you're a French style dancer or a Semba show dancer, make sure that if you use the word Kizomba, you're presenting what you're doing correctly so that you don't mislead people. And before you're going to talk crap about another style of dance, take the time to train in it, to learn about it. We need to spend more time seeking to understand rather than talk crap. Seek first to understand, then criticize. And with that, I'll end the blog for now. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked it. If you do, feel free to share and comment. I look forward to seeing what you guys have to say. And let's continue to work hard to build the kind of scene that'll last for 50 years. Cool? See you guys next time.